Hey guys, welcome to episode 10, and I'm sorry I don't have that awesome intro that I had the last episode for you. I'll probably throw another one of those in the next time I decide to take a 6-month break from the account. But as you see, I'm back to Slayer, and I'm not doing too much. I'm doing it here and there to train up range a little bit, make Zulrah easier and some of that content. I was 74 range when I maxed melee on here. I'm up 10 levels above that now. I think in this clip I was 83. And got an Abby Demon task figured, maybe I'll get a D-Spear or something. These hit, pretty decent chance at RDT. And I've already gotten the left half from him. I think Bodhi's gotten a Dragon Spear. And instead, Jagex decides to give me a Dragon Stone. But that's alright, I'll keep slaying away, keep trying to get that Dragon Spear, and hopefully a Visage eventually once I get a good Dragon task. I have been messing around with Vedion a little bit, Fashion, whatever you want to call him. And this has to be one of my favorite drops so far, the 200 Mortmere Fungus. Because it just saves me so much trouble of having to go pick it myself, because it's very annoying to get that secondary on Ironman. It's easy, it's just fucking tedious. But I think I'll keep doing wilderness bosses for things like that. I know Venenotus also drops Nipple Roots and Red Spider Eggs, so that's kind of nice. So I think that's probably going to be my method here, instead of actually collecting them myself individually. So this was a little bit annoying. These two mages sitting right outside of the resource area just happened to see me when I was going by. I don't know if they were stream sniping me. I was alive when I was doing this. This was an elite from Zulrah. But I ended up just dropping the elite, dropping the Barrow's gloves, protecting my items that I needed, the only important things there. And then re-gearing with a little bit of mage defense gear, going back out, hopping to a different world so they didn't freeze me on the way there. And luckily, Sweaty shows me exactly where I died, or one step off at least. So I just hopped back worlds from there and was able to pick that up, my elite, my gloves, and some of my loot anyways. And unfortunately, I still got shit from the elite. Would have been awesome to get third age there and actually, had to have saved it to get it. Now, Zulrah is something I've really been focused on in the last week. I mean, I've probably knocked out a little bit over 300 kills in the last week, which isn't huge. A lot of other people have done a hell of a lot more. But for how much I'm in school, it's pretty decent. And I managed to get another Serpentine Visage on kill 70. If you remember the last video, I got one on kill 20 as well, and that was my first item from Zulrah. So I definitely wish it could have been one of the things, even in Onyx. Having a placeholder here or another one, it just really doesn't do much for me. But it's alright, I continued on, and it took me a while, but kill 204, I ended up getting a Magic Fang. And that's really going to speed up my kills because it boosts my max hit with my Trident from 29 to 33, and makes it gives it plus 10 accuracy over the Trident of the Seas. The Trident of the Swamp is plus 110 with my gear. The Trident of the Seas is plus 100 magic bonus offensively. I got a D-med from here. I think I've gotten 2 or 3 total, honestly. And the only reason I included this clip was it was a new record for me, which isn't amazing by any means. Remember, I'm using Broad Bolt with no accumulator, so I don't have that extra range bonus. I'm only doing a 4-way switch. I'm not using Void because I need to use the Serpentine Helmet to alleviate the Venom issue. Basically, a lot that I'm not doing to make this extremely fast, but 141 was still pretty good with me for what I'm using right now. And I'll beat it in the future once I pull my Void back out and deal with the Venom and decide to go for something higher, but I don't really care for it at this moment. Speed kills are not what I'm interested in right now. I'm just trying to get the loot. Unfortunately, I just keep getting slammed with these D-meds, which I probably just need to take off of the highlight list because every time I see that purple drop on the ground, I always think it's something amazing. And I had to take off Torstal Seeds. I had to take off Snapdragon Seeds for the time being because every time I saw those, it was blowing my mind. I was like, yes, I got something, and it's nothing. I got my first D-Halley. I think that's the only D-Halley I've gotten in over 350 kills total at Zulrah. So they definitely nerfed the hell out of that from the original because people were getting those left and right up front. Upon release, I mean. Now this clip specifically, I wish I had recorded with audio. I forgot to record audio in this one. I kind of messed up there. But I got something that broke my small dry streak of 113, not that horrible at all because there are people out there that go 600-700 dry. But I got an uncut Onyx, which I think what I'm going to do with it is make a placeholder Fury for now. And if I get any more in the future, I'll start making like Berserker Necklace and the Ring of Stone and maybe a Regen Bracelet. Why not? But I'll make the Fury placeholder for now once I decide to go get another plus 5 crafting boost because I'm only 85 still. I think I'm about 80k away from 86. But that was just, something to throw in the bank. I just really wish it was a Tanzanite thing because that's the last thing that I needed. And a little bit demotivating to get stuff like that, but at the same time, well, only demotivating because Uncanonics doesn't do a lot for my account. It doesn't really benefit me in any way. It just gives me another Fury without having to buy it myself, so I don't really plan on losing my Fury anytime, so it's kind of like a whatever kill. But I finally got it on 358, Tanzanite Fang is knocked out, and this is going to mean that I'm stepping away from Zulrah as my focus. I'm still going to be doing it, like I said, because I'm going to want the raw shark drops from here, but now it's moving on to things like Bandos and Zami and trying to progress my PvM gear a little bit. I've gotten back to farming finally. It's taken me forever to do it, but since I'm away from Slayer, I don't want to grind out gear like I was. Grind out experience like I was. I am trying to grind out gear. I am doing farming again, and unfortunately the first freaking yew tree that I plant died. I wasn't really keeping a good eye on them at all. I just kind of forgot about them. I don't pay farmers. I'm too lazy to farm up the supplies for it. But the yews are actually beast experience, and I think I only have about 25 yew trees, saplings in the bank to use. I think yew saplings are what I have the least of in the bank. I have a huge amount of all the other saplings, probably about 500 combined, because I haven't really touched farming much, or herblore for that matter. I'm really behind on it, so it took some time to identify the herbs that I have sitting in the bank from Kingdom over the last couple of weeks. And if you're wondering how I do this, it's using mouse keys or guides that RuneShark and some other guys Alkin have on YouTube to explain it. If you'd like to go look those up, just type in RuneScape mouse keys, you'll find a guide on it. Since I finally am getting a huge amount of Swamp Tar from Zulrah, I decided to use that on Taraman. Because on Ironman, the only real efficient way, to make Taraman potions is making Serum 203s, which requires ashes and a Taraman, an unfinished Taraman potion. And to do that, you need to either pick up ashes from Slayer monsters, or you need to burn logs and pick up all the ashes, which is freaking annoying. If you've done it already, you know this. And it's 50 experience per potion, and Serum 203s, you have to click individually on each potion to make them. It's not like the other ones where you can make X, 14, whatever. So I have 2.8k Tarman in my bank that I'm going to be using my Swamp Tar on to make this, because it's 55 experience per Tarman, so it's actually a little bit more experience, less work, more AFK, and I'm definitely down for anything that's like that. Now, since I have finished my initial Zulrah goals, I decided to get back to a few things that I've been a little bit behind on that's just sitting in my bank. I think I have like 900 battle staffs in there, battle staves, whatever you want to say, from bossing. That's mainly from Krakens, from Chaos Fanatic, Thermo, Nuclear Smoke Devil, and Zulrah, just getting battle staff drops. And they've accumulated to the point where if I just make these into air battle staves, I can make 8.4 mil or so. So I'm going to go ahead and knock those out. So I've been hitting some rune crafting, hitting some charging orbs again, which I haven't done since I grinded out for 85 crafting for my Fury, and it's kind of been a nice change of pace from what I've been doing lately, so I can't really complain too much. I haven't decided if I'm going to alch all of these or if I'm going to sell them to the Karamja General Store with Karamja gloves on for a little bit more profit and save time, but I'm sure you'll see that in the next video. Now, initially, I was ecstatic about this. I finally got a fucking minion drop. I haven't gotten anything from minions at all on this account, and I finally got my first Godsword Shard. Godsword Shard 2 from Minion at Bandos on about my 59th kill. I killed about 20 before the counter came out, so it's not 39 like it shows. And then 2 freaking kills later, I get another drop from Minions, but it's the same Godsword Shard, 2 again. I don't have 1, I don't have 3, but I've got 2 of the Godsword Shard 2s now. And then 3 kills later, Bandos fucking drops me a Godsword Shard 2. I don't know if this is good luck, I don't know if this is bad luck. In my mind, I wanted to like blow up right here because I got 3 of the same Godsword Shards within 6 freaking kills at Bandos in about 20 minutes. I'll see you guys next time.